And we're live. Test, test. Got the microphone working this time. Let's go.
Working on your cat speak.
I need a shirt other than black.
Welcome, world.
Boom. This might be my go-to podcast shirt. Live stream. YouTube. Now. Hey, folks. Just getting the room set up, and we're going to be indoors tonight because it's raining in town and all around us and sort of sprinkling outside. So it's real pretty, but risky to sit outside and end up getting rained on halfway through the feed. Hey, what you doing? What are you wearing? Okay. Clock's ticking. Start living. Go fast. Don't die. Like it.
You feel good. We'll start the feed at 8 o'clock. Get the room open to make sure there's no problems. Let people sort of file in and settle in.
instead of opening the room right at 8 o'clock and then it takes people a while to get in there. So not much going on till 8 o'clock. You guys are welcome to hang out and chat if you want to ask any questions to be on tonight's feed. You can put them in the chat for the video for the live stream. The wall, Eric, I hear you. Is the wall frozen yet? That'd be wild. Is the Calderwood Lake boat ramp open now? Oh, yes. Dustin asked if the Calderwood Lake boat ramp is open now. I'll go ahead and answer that one because it's a pretty yes or no question. Yeah, it's open now. They had put a barricade up during the initial COVID sort of response among the community or the county, and they removed the barricades and they removed that barricade as well. So yeah, that's open. That's where Lori's been putting in her paddleboard, and I think I posted a video where I went down there and that, or no, some photos where I went down into that road and posted some pictures of the campsites down there. You know, so you guys can see that don't know. Some of the people who don't know have never been down in that little boat ramp right there before you start across the bridge in front of Fugitive Dam or Chioa Dam. It's a pretty cool little side road that dead ends, you know, half a mile down in there, quarter mile maybe. But yeah, that's open. Summer at the moment, man. It's been, I don't know if you follow the forecast down here, Eric, but it's been like just 80%, 70% rain every day down here. And every day around 4 to 6 o'clock, we're seeing these pop-up thunderstorms all around the area. And you can get lucky and miss them, but really pretty hot, really humid, and frequently raining at some point during the day. So the forecast looks grim every day because they're saying, you know, 80% chance of rain. But then you look at the hourly and it's like it's totally decent until 2 or 3 hours of the day, and usually late afternoon. You know, we are getting rain during that time of day, but that doesn't mean the whole day is ruined. But that's the thing we struggle with people wanting to visit is they see these forecasts that are pretty pessimistic, and you know, they don't want to show up. Yeah, up in Farragut, very humid. Yeah, right now we're seeing, you know, some rain came through, so it's all like foggy and humid outside right now as well. You guys feel free to chat amongst yourselves. I'm going to do a little catching up here. We got another 10-15 minutes before we officially start. Again, if there's anything you think of we can talk about. I want to make sure we got 30 minutes worth of content. And sometimes things are just always evolving around here, and I kind of take it for granted. So I try to remember what's been happening for the past week or two so that I can convey that to you guys that aren't here. But it's just like things are happening so frequently, it sort of just flies right by. There we go. Some royalty-free music, so I don't get in trouble on YouTube. Yeah, with these showers, they very rarely last like even the majority of the day, let alone all day. It's usually just frequently short pop-up stuff. It can be pretty dang violent sometimes, though. Don't get many tornadoes and things like that, luckily. So got that going for us. Much better than the white stuff. Hey man, I like the white stuff. We look forward to winter. I guess because we don't get the snow as frequently as you guys do up north. Um, we sort of relish it, you know. Um, and it's not like it's not like it happens a lot down here at our house level. You know, it's usually more we go to it. It's not on our front porch, you know, so it's not so bad.
cue the.
Yeah, I'm playing some royalty-free background music so that YouTube doesn't get all pissy about me playing real music on it.
Oh, yeah, that's a thing sometimes, I suppose. Five minutes, I kept.
Any news that we need to go over, let me know.
I don't think so.
Eric says hi. We're talking about how much he hates snow in Canada and how much we like it down here because it's not really like we have to deal with it as soon as we walk out the front door. You know, we go to the snow. It's not like
The snow does not come to us. We go to the snow.
sometimes, but not that much. Yeah, it's not necessarily like on our front doorstep like it is up there. They just have to deal with it. It's a little different.
Almost sounds like creepy Christmas music.
Yeah, Timmy asked how to. I just bumped that. Daisy.
Max.
We got dogs bumping the tripod. Apologies. It's okay. Well, now it's not. Let's hold it back that way. There you go. That's good.
You don't know where the big head dog is. Hey. Go lay down. Go lay down. He listens so well.
Yeah. It's kind of like mirrored. Yeah, put your own phone on like do not disturb.
Should I move it closer? So it gets the table out the shot?
Zoom in. How's that?
Better.
Like that? Live feed will start in 1 minute Turkish. So hang in there. We're just getting things ready here, get the room up early so that we can make sure there aren't any problems we've had before, issues. Who's over there? We got animals all around us.
Yeah, buddy's got to take one in.
Oh, we'll get done.
Okay. Never got a hair in my eye. pause the free club music.
Think. It's 8 o'clock. It's 8 o'clock, y'all. That one's called Healing the Soul.
Oh, so it feels very healed after listening to that.
All right, y'all. It's 8 o'clock. Welcome to the Tuesday Night Talk. If you're watching this on replay, we do these we're doing them every other Tuesday night now. We got a little ambitious at first with trying to do them every Tuesday. It was hard to stay on track with all of our other work and things like that. Yeah, we've got some lighting here. Is it okay? So yeah, we asked people to submit questions or topics that they want us to sort of talk about, and we let you know what's going on in the area as well. And we show you our pets once in a while. So that's always a little side piece of unexpected reality live. So yeah, if you have any questions or topics that you feel like we should discuss, you can private message me or leave them in the comments, whatever makes you feel most comfortable, and we'll try to go over that stuff. So what's new? What's new in the news? Oh, you may notice that we're wearing some cool threads. This is my vintage, no longer available for sale, probably mirrored because of live streaming. But it says I ride mine on 129, and it's got a sport bike all leaned over. My uncle, Jerry, thank you, Jerry, got this for me out of his closet, I think, because I think it was his. But I might start wearing this on my talk nights. And then she's got one of the Go Fast, Don't Die shirts. And on the back, it says, clock's ticking, start living. And it's got the hourglass with life turning into a road. Go fast, don't die. So we got to hang out with the guys from the clothing line for a few days and take them on a tour around the area. I think they had a pretty good time. So we got some of their gear, so that was fun.
Yeah, this just came in the mail yesterday.
Okay. So you ordered it through their website?
Yeah.
Yeah, they've got some of their...
You can buy some locally at the 129 hub at the corner of 129 and 72 in Tennessee, or you can get it online like I did this one.
And what else is new? Everything is still open. We'll go over some of the concerns that someone has brought up in one of the questions about, the area and everything being available to everybody and things like that. We just started a new guy today on 28 that's going to be shooting out there. So we got somebody again on 28. We've done this in the past, had a extra person on 28 that gives us a different angle. And then some people just don't like to go on the Dragon, but they like to come around the area and run up to the store and then keep south of the Dragon. That's fine. So this way we got photos of them too. Really nice guy, local kid. Okay, so some of the questions that we have had asked, there was one that was left from last week. Jacques, don't know if it's been asked, did you ever think the Dragon would turn out to be such a big tourist attraction? I think it was getting pretty big when I started. I don't know if I mean, I know we shoot more photos because we have more photographers, but I think per photographer, we haven't seen a huge increase in quantity. The cameras are a lot faster now. And like I said, our coverage is a little bit thicker with 2 and 3 guys out there versus 1 and 2 when I first started. But yeah, I don't know. It's been pretty cool seeing it
get the
Evolve.
publicity, and evolve and be on like, television, and how it gets portrayed is sometimes cringy. They want to focus on the negative aspect a lot for television and stuff and news and stuff like that. News channels only come out whenever something bad happens, so we get this skewed sort of perspective of what goes on out there. It's frustrating because 99% of the time there's nothing bad going on. People are having a good time, but I guess that's not exciting enough for television. But yeah, I don't know what you think when you grew up here, and to you guys it was just the mountain, and a lot of locals, they still
Tennessee Mountain.
Yeah, it's Tennessee Mountain, because it's right across the state line. So when you were young and middle in your teenage years, and you saw it get more popular in the town, sort of evolving into a tourist town, because frankly it wasn't a tourist draw until when you were a kid. It started becoming more popular.
Yeah.
So you probably saw more of a change in this area than I did up there, just by living here and seeing the economy get dependent on tourism versus there was industry here. There really isn't now, but you had a little industry before here with Stanley Furniture Company. Daisy just came flying up onto the porch.
Crazy dog.
So it was sort of a construction was a big thing in this county. And there was 2 or 3 companies, and there still is. It's still a pretty strong industry in this county is the construction, but the tourism has sort of changed things, and they have nicer amenities. They have nicer school buses and ambulances and things like that because of the tourism, I think. So it's been probably wild as a local to watch it evolve, but
and just how it changes the whole area in general. Like if Murphy upgrades something, that kind of affects us. Like when they got the first Walmart, it's like, I started seeing a slow decline. We used to have like 3 grocery stores here, and once Ingles came in and then the Walmart was built, it all just kind of less and less. So yeah, the growth of the area around us. Lost it.
has been a thing too, I guess. Yeah, and it's sort of shut down some of the mom and pop operations. We see thrift stores and things like that, but the growth has been, has its pros and cons, like anything, I'm sure.
Daisy's still on the porch.
Edwin Aldrin asks, what mods do you have planned for the newest Scrambler? So we have the 2, and we're still working on tinkering with both of them. I have big plans for doing things with both of them, but the newer one, the black one, we're keeping it more Baja, maybe a little Mad Max, a little rough and rowdy and sort of utilitarian. So we recently put a rack on the back that we can put a little bag behind the seat.
Or a paddleboard.
Side racks maybe for some luggage in the future that she can put on the back sides of the back seat. And I also want to do some lighting with the front, and I actually ordered some things today that she doesn't really know about yet. Surprises on the way for the black bike that I think are going to make it pretty cool. So I got some lighting for it, auxiliary lighting for the front of it, and keeping the Baja theme in mind and how cheap everything is these days with LED stuff. We got some pretty cool things on the way that are going to be fairly bold. And I went ahead and ordered a slip-on exhaust for it that's pretty cheap. I heard one on this other desert sled over the weekend, and I forgot to tell you, but I had the guy start it up, and he drove up the road with this exhaust on, and I was really impressed by how it sounded. It was actually sounded quieter than our exhaust on the yellow bike. So it's that Leo Vince thing with the screen in the end of it. It's like $100 or $200 or whatever.
Yeah.
Super cheap. And then for the yellow bike, I'm leaning towards stripping it down to the bare metal on the gas tank and making that like a polished silver gas tank and losing all the yellow and going with like a silver chrome thing with some black on it. And I'm really always been like anti-chrome. So she was like, what the hell?
Yeah.
But I think it'll be cool to have it sort of like a retro cafe racer look. And I just ordered some mirrors finally for it that are the bar end mirrors that come out and then they come up above the grips. So I don't like the ones that stick off the sides and stick out so far and make the handlebars wider. So these will come up and they'll put the mirrors almost in the same place they are now. They just won't be on those scooter
Antennas.
stalks. Yeah. And they'll be, I think it's going to look pretty cool.
That means I get the antennas. Yay!
Yeah. And she wants those for the
For the
black bike anyway, because they are nice and they're bulky. So they'll look good on the black bike with it being, again, the sort of Mad Max / utility Baja type bike. I think it's going to be fun. I think they're going to look cool. And
the one I can drop and be like, yeah, it's part of the aesthetic.
Yeah,
Totally.
sure. Don't drop the bike. So Timmy Athertane, I hope I said that right, asks, how do I stand out and make the highlights? And Paige says, show us your tits. And Jacques laughs. So I don't want people, we actually intentionally don't pull some photos where people are doing things to try to be on the highlights because we don't want people out there getting carried away, hands off the controls, stunting on the bike, hanging out the windows of cars, hanging on the sides of the vans. We're not putting that on the highlights. So don't get carried away with trying to be on the highlights. It's tricky. You can stop and talk to the photographer and maybe you can sweet talk him into putting you in the highlights because frankly, the photographers sort their own photos and they're the ones that pull the shots that become highlight candidates that I look through and narrow down into what we post for the daily stuff and for the weekly stuff. The daily stuff is pretty unfiltered. I'll usually just go over it and make sure there's not too many duplicates of a single vehicle. And sometimes if there's a vehicle that's pretty special out there, then they will each pull a highlight of that vehicle. And at the end of the day, I'll have all the shots from all the photographers combined. And so I've got multiple shots of the vehicle and I'll pick the best one and remove the other one from the album. So, just don't get carried away with doing anything crazy, but there's certain things you can do. Having our sticker on your vehicle increases the odds of you being in the highlights too. So we have the Killboy stickers at the store. We give away the 8-inch ones inside the store. We sell the 18-inch ones for $2 and we sell the big 38-inch ones for $5. So I'm just charging enough to cover the time, a little bit of time and the materials. But we give away the small ones. And so putting those on the vehicle increases the odds, flashes and things like that. If the passenger is doing it, just don't do anything dangerous because we will definitely not put that out there on the highlights. So Mick asks, he's heading down from Pittsburgh. He's planning on jumping on the Blue Ridge Parkway North entrance, seeing the sights, ending up on the Dragon. What I'm wondering is what's going on down there as far as the COVID stuff. We're going to be able to eat, stay in Sevierville, Pigeon Forge, Gatlinburg. And then it goes on a little bit where he's talking about when they came down before. But right now, everything is pretty much normal, in motion, open. But they do have restrictions on, like, proximity inside the stores and things right now. And this is right now, July 28th. Okay, so if you're watching this 2 weeks from now, this may not apply. Check our Facebook and social media and websites to see what the latest situations are if things change. But restaurants can only have half capacity. Mm-hmm. So it is a little bit trickier to get in some of the more popular restaurants, like the Poco Lodge is pretty full up because they're, limiting their seating capacity is limited, and they're pretty popular. So call ahead, make reservations when you can for things like the Poco Lodge and stuff like that. But the other places in town are pretty easy to get into. The Mexican place, the New Italian place, mm-hmm. Lynn's place, Moonshiner Steakhouse is pretty popular on Friday nights, especially. Seems like every Friday night they're packed down there. They're one of the few places that sells alcohol with the meal. Poco Lodge can, Snowbird Lodge, and that's it right now. Fontana's shut down. The update on Fontana is there is no update.
Limbo.
I spoke to somebody with TVA, and they said that right now they're not really even entertaining offers to run the place. They're still trying to unwind everything that has to be dealt with from the previous operators, I guess you could call them, that were running the show. So it's not looking like anything's going to happen this year as far as Fontana opening up. And they said that they would, reach out to anyone who contacted them that was interested in taking over operations when and if that became a possibility. So that's where we're at right now. We're still all just sort of waiting on them to.
But the other places you should be able to get food and lodging.
Oh, and Dustin Mills is posting up some really interesting information in the comments about the history of the dragon and Bath Shaw grave and everything. So if I try to read this while I'm doing a live feed, it gets real boring because I'm reading. Nobody wants to watch somebody read. So check that out in the comments. If there's any questions in there, I'll try to get to them maybe next week. Question for Lori. Calderwood Dam to Lookout carrying a 45-pound kayak, yes or no? Calderwood Dam to Lookout. So that's just carrying it up that slope, which you've done twice.
Well, the paddle board's only like 25 pounds strapped to my back. I don't know what it would be like. Would you carry the kayak on your head?
I think
to the side.
Well, I guess they can move around. Above the trip, I'm not sure how much of a walk it is up that hill. How about a video on kayaking or paddleboarding back to the Fugitive Dam to see if that's possible? So that would be.
Cassie and I did this paddle this past weekend, and we almost was like, let's see if we can make it back to the other, where we put in
you
at.
had paddled from
Fugitive
to Calderwood and was hanging out down there.
Man, we was just killing like 3 hours worth of time.
You could have probably.
We could have made it back, but she ended up, the patch on her board sprung a leak.
Oh, did it? I didn't hear about this.
Oh, yeah. So we had to go ashore up on some rocks so she could put another patch on it.
And you got no pump?
No, we were within sight of the takeout dock almost.
Oh, okay. So she could have swam to it if she had to.
Yeah, and we could have doubled up on my board, whatever. But yeah, hadn't been for that, we almost decided to paddle back. Carrying the kayak up, it just depends on your own stamina, I guess.
I mean, you can
take
both
a break.
Carried those up through there, and it's a workout, to be fair, right?
Yeah, but a kayak that doesn't compact down,
right?
I'm just thinking about the bulk. It would be awkward to carry, but it's 0.8 of a mile or
now. The thing that I guess is coming into play is, are you so tired after that journey that it's hard? But you're not really having to work that hard to get from one place to the other because the water is flowing mostly in that direction, but the wind does push you backwards some as you get near the end.
And there are still places, a lot more still places than you would think, that's more difficult to paddle, but we didn't have any trouble this last time. Like I said, we just took our time paddling down through there, got caught in an absolute downpour.
Yeah, she's posted some really cool pictures on her Instagram, which is
Killgurl.
KILLGURL. With a U. Spelled it with a U. And
that's the I was taking.
Yeah, she's got some cool shots of them in the rain last weekend just getting dumped on. And I was going to say, as far as the wind pushing you back at the end, I bet in a kayak it's not quite as bad because you're more like low profile. But when you're standing up on the paddleboard, well, you were sitting down though
that first
time before that was really a struggle with the wind. So yeah, maybe it still would be a thing. Keep talking. I got to read this question.
Keep talking. So he sat and watched a bald eagle for like half an hour, paddled like right up underneath him, just taking pictures and paddle away, he'd watch us. But he was more concerned with the guys in the canoe that were fishing than he was us, I think. Yeah, he was a big old bird too. It's cool to just be able to get that close to him in the wild.
So Mikey has an idea. He says a game called Where's Killboy? This is pretty interesting, actually. So he's like, we'll post up pictures from a promo shoot, the cottage mansion that we did recently, random drone footage, and perhaps offer a sticker or 1 day 50% off photos for everyone that finds you within the prescribed time. So you're saying that they have to come to where I'm at. Where's Lori? Where's the dog? I think that what I was thinking when I first read this was people try to figure out where I'm at and post the answer in a comment or something like that. I think that would be more feasible. I'm not sure I want people racing to where I'm at and things like that. But that's pretty funny, and that would be a pretty cool idea, actually, is to post some pictures, and then before I actually explain where it's at, we put the pictures and show the surroundings, and then you can find anything on Google Maps these days. Maybe offer a couple of clues or something, and we can go out and show them some cool places and see if they can figure out where it's at before we actually answer the question. I like it. I think we might do that some. That's a good suggestion, Mikey. I like that. What else? So that runs through the comments and the questions. Also, some of you may have noticed that I adjusted the graphics on the Patreon page, and I'm calling it now Club 129 because I was having problems with the web link being posted on Facebook and stuff. People were having problems getting it to work, and I realized I don't have to stay with www.patreon.com/killboy. I can use whatever domain I want, and surprisingly, Club 129. Well, I wasn't surprised that Club with a K was available, and I like that because it ties in with the Killboy thing. But Lori suggested make sure you also register it with the C in case somebody misspells it. And I was like, there's no way that's going to be available. CLUB 129. And it was. So we got both those domains now bouncing to patreon.com/killboy. So, if you want to tell your friends or anything about this deal and our, website and everything and what we're doing here, then you don't have to remember so much. It's just Club 129. Go check this out, and it's easier for you to share it with your friends and stuff. So thank you to everybody that's been signing up. The sign up rate just keeps climbing gradually, steadily, and I'm carrying my camera stuff with me always. In fact, I spoke to someone with Wolf Creek Rentals today. We were talking about other aspects of their setup at the store and everything, and she was pointing out that I had the GoPro on my chest, and I just ride around with it all the time on my body in case something happens. And I've got a few videos in the pipeline coming that I have shot because I just had the camera on me, and I'm using it almost like a dash cam. Just turn it on whenever anything interesting starts to happen. So, and I figured out how to run power to my GoPro so I can actually, with a big card in it, I can record for like 8-10 hours while I got ride and just record all day. And then if nothing special happens, I just delete the footage. But if something happens, I've got it on there. So that's been pretty nice to be able to sort of have that with me and be ready in case something interesting happens. A bear ran out in front of me the other day, and I didn't have it on, and I was wishing I had. It was a little cub, whatever. But yeah, that runs through the questions, and I think we covered everything. Again, if you guys have any suggestions for anything, let us know. Yeah, just looking over all the information that Dustin posted about the history. That looks pretty cool. I'm gonna look forward to reading that, getting caught up on that. the store and everything is in full swing. The state right now is, mandating that people wear masks in North Carolina, but most of the places around here aren't being real strict about it. So it's just be aware. I'm not going to get into the back and forth about, all of that,
Politics of it.
the politics of it. It's just everybody's got your opinion. I'm not going to change that. So whatever you think, that's your thing. But this is what the facts are. The fact of the matter is there's not many people and businesses around here wearing masks. And right now, they haven't changed any of the legalities of that or whatever. So, some of the businesses and restaurants, and we try to wear them in the store and everything. It's open air and it's it is what it is inside there at least. So that helps. But yeah, that's if you're planning to visit and that's something that you're curious about and will affect your decision, then I want you to know that it can be pretty busy down at the store, and there's not many people wearing masks down there. So if that's a concern, keep distance. You can stay distance from everybody that's around the porch and everything and still enjoy the area. I think it's a decent getaway place, but just know that that's what's going on right now. Anything else happening in the future here? I feel like my music's still going. That we're planning on some rides or anything like that. You're still talking to Cassie about your
Our
west.
trip out west. It's gonna be pretty awesome. Can't wait.
And I started hanging out with a guy from Hungary here, Istvan, that's got some cool motorcycles and does some transporting stuff. So we're going on rides and planning trips and going out on the lake and things like that. So tomorrow night we need to go try to have dinner at Iron Horse with Carrie. She's leaving Friday. So we'll probably try to give you guys a look at what Iron Horse is like on weeknights. You can go there and eat dinner at Iron Horse, but you need to give them a heads up by like 3 or 4 o'clock at the latest that you're going to be there. And they've got a menu options with like 2 or 3 options, and you sign up for what you want so they can cook it and have it ready, because they don't take just walk in for dinner type stuff. But we'll bring you some content from there tomorrow night, hopefully, if it doesn't downpour on us. And then Thursday night, we may go out on the lakes with Istvan on his boat and bring you some more pictures and stuff from the lakes and the pretty sunsets that we get. I think I've posted some of those, and they've been pretty popular. And we'll keep bringing you the daily stuff and the daily highlights and the daily videos from the roadside. Our guys are getting pretty good. We're still working out kinks on that, and we're hoping to be able to get some video from the side of 28. And we're also looking into actually doing live video feeds from the Dragon. One of our guys tested it and it worked, where he had a pocket of service on the Dragon. He actually did a pretty good live feed from there, Josh. So we're going to look into doing that, but we've got to work on a couple other things about how Patreon is set up to be able to make that happen first. So that's coming, and we're going to keep pushing the boundaries here and bringing y'all as much content as we can. And
going fast and not dying.
Go fast and not dying. So there you have it. We hope you enjoyed this week's episode. Check back in a couple of weeks on a Tuesday night, and we will do this again. Thanks, y'all. See you next time.